Hello and welcome to Mushonomics. This is our 11th class. We are discussing Indian economy complete syllabus, and this is our WhatsApp channel, Twitter handle, Instagram handle, this Telegram channel, etc. with the name Mushonomics. So you can join all these to get regular updates, daily current affairs, etc. And whatever we are discussing here in the class, we will be sharing PDF of these discussion, so you can join these handles, right? And this is our YouTube channel where we are having this lecture. Please subscribe to the channel to never miss the update and the new videos that are coming up. Now let us start with the class today. So in the last class we have discussed a few concepts about national income. Now we can start our discussion with sectors of economy. We can start our discussion with sectors of an economy. How many sectors are present basically? So let's see that. Okay, for the first sector that we can take is household. What do we mean by household? Household is nothing but an individual, or maybe a family can also be taken as household. A family can also be taken as household. For example, Ambani. So if we are taking Ambani as an example, maybe Mukesh Ambani or Anil Ambani as an individual, or maybe Ambani family altogether can be taken as a household, right? So first sector is household. Second is firms. That is, these firms are nothing but producing units. They are involved in production of goods and services. So firms are nothing but producing units. If we take example of Reliance, so Reliance is a firm, right? It is involved in production of goods and services. Third, we can take government. The third sector that we can take here is government, and this is nothing but all they performs all governance activities. Governance activities. All governance activities means, example, we can take administration at various level, taxation, right? Taxation, defense, maintaining law and order, etc. These are the governance activities, right? And fourth, we can talk about external sector. External sector. External sector, we can take whatever is outside our country. So everything outside the economy, can be taken as what? Can be taken as external sector. So these are the four sectors of economy that we can talk about. Now we can, I hope there is no doubt in this. These are very basic and easy things to understand. Now please pay attention to understand this circular flow of income that we want to understand here. Circular flow of income. Now see how we can discuss this. Number one, we will take two sectors. Right now we have discussed four sectors in an economy, right? So first we will take interaction between two sectors. Number one, household, and number two, firms. Household and firms. We will try to understand the relation between these two sectors in the economy, right? I hope these are very simple thing that we can understand. Please keep paying attention. Okay, so at some point of time I have told you that the factor of production are land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship. These are factor of production. Factors of production. These factor of productions are nothing but what? land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. Right now, okay, fine. And we also talked about factor payments. So what we get in response to land, labor, capital, etc. So in response of land we get rent, in response of labor we get wages, in response of capital we get interest, and in response of entrepreneurship we get what? A profit. We have already discussed, that's why I'm not elaborating, just to revise the thing. Now let's understand this circular flow of income. So household and firms are having relation like what? We can take it here. So household and firms, they are having relation like household is providing what? So you can see clearly, household is providing land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. Right? Entrepreneurship, these things are provided, these factor of production are provided by household to the firms, right? For example, I want to open a kind of a production unit, a factory, so I need a land. So I will go to whom? I will go to an individual or maybe a family who is owning a particular land, and then I will ask them for that particular land, maybe on rent, lease, etc. So I get these factor of production from household. Similarly, labor, who will supply the labor? An individual, a family. Who will supply the capital? The person who is having money, surplus money, uh, he can supply the capital. What do we mean by capital? The fund to buy capital goods, that we have already seen in previous classes. And entrepreneurship is the person who is taking risk to do the business and who is arranging all other factor of production, raw materials, land, labor, capital, etc. So he is getting profit for his risk taking capability, his management skills, etc. Right? Now what firms are providing to household, sorry, what firms are providing to household, what firms are providing to household in response of land? In response of land, they provide rent. In response of labor, they provide wages. In response of capital, they provide interest. And in response of entrepreneurship, they provide what? Profit. Right? So I hope we can understand this particular flow. Now see, the firm, they are producing what? They are producing goods and services. So and who is consuming these goods and services? Household. So firms are producing goods and services, and the households are doing what? Expenditure. And this expenditure is income for firms. This expenditure is what? Income for firms. So household is doing what? Consumption, expenditure. Consumption, expenditure. Now from this diagram we can understand one thing, that expenditure of household, for example, household is giving this land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. This is input for or income for firm. And whatever is expenditure of whatever is the expenditure of firm, for example, rent, wages, interest, profit, these are the expenditure of firm, is the income of household. So expenditure, similarly you can see here also, firm is producing what? Goods and services, and household is doing what? Consumption, expenditure. So the expenditure of household is income for firm here. The expenditure of household on consumption becomes what? Income for firms. So from this diagram we can make one thing clear, that expenditure of household is income for firm and expenditure for firm is income of household. Right? Please keep paying attention. We will do one more diagram here. So suppose again there are two, now we will increase one more sector. So household is there, firms are there, right? And now we can quickly understand, we can easily understand the relation between household and firms. Just to revise, household and firms, just to revise, see, household will be providing what? households will be providing land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship. In economy we denote capital by letter K, because we denote consumption by letter C. Okay, now see, this firms will provide what? Firms will provide rent, wages, interest and profit, right? Okay, fine. Now I am introducing one more sector here, and that particular sector is known as what? Financial institution. Financial institutions, example banks, right? But only bank is not alone a financial institution in the economy. And these things you know, from firms goods and services will come to households. So goods and services, and from household what is going on here is consumption expenditure. So expenditure on consumption, expenditure on consumption, right? Now you see, household will do what? They will do their savings in financial institutions. They will put their savings in financial institutions, and what they will earn? They will earn interest on it. They will earn interest on it, right? And these, when you are putting your savings into bank account, these banks are lending loans to the firms. So they are lending loans to the firms, and firms are getting what? Firms are giving interest on this particular loans, right? Now these things can also happen here also. Firms can put their savings and firms will earn interest on it. Household can take loan from financial institution, personal loan for example, and they will also pay interest to the institutions, right? Financial institution. Now since we have understood this thing, one more point we can make here, or we can add one more sector here. For example, let's do it like this. Okay, fine. We can make it little upward so that okay, fine, good. Okay, now we can take it little upwards, and we can take our new or one more sector here, and that sector is nothing but government. Now let's try to understand how government will have a relation with all these sectors. Okay, so what household will provide? For example, if government is owning one enterprise, or government is involved in production or something like that, then land, labor or capital can be provided by household investing in government bonds, etc. So land, labor, capital will be provided by household to the government. What household will be getting from government in response of these factor of production? Because entrepreneurship cannot be given by household to the government. Government will be the entrepreneur for the government companies, government firms, right? Now what government will be providing to household? Again, rent, wage and interest, right? Now government will be taking taxes from government will be taking tax from household, right? And government can also be providing subsidies to the household, right? Subsidy. Now similarly here also, these firms may be providing goods and services to government, right? Goods and services to the government, and these the government will be doing consumption expenditure, right? So government will be doing expenditure on these particular goods and services. Similarly, government will be giving lot of subsidies to the firms, right? Lot of subsidies to the firm. So lot of subsidies to the firm will be given by government to the firms, and firms will be giving taxes to the government. Firms will be giving taxes to the government. I hope this diagram is clear, right? Now we can introduce one more sector here. We can introduce one more sector here. So let us copy it again, and we can make it on the next page. So suppose if we draw this diagram here again, so it is like this, right? Everything will remain the same. We will be introducing one more sector here, and that particular sector is known as external sector. That particular sector will be known as external sector. External sector or foreign countries. Foreign countries. Now see, deliberately I have not made certain more connections here. We can also have connection between financial institution and government, right? Maybe government is putting their savings into the bank accounts with the RBI maybe, and these governments can also be taking loans from the institution, and maybe government will be giving interest on those particular loans, right? So these are the things. I hope these can be understood properly. Now what we want to take care here is these particular households will be having relation with external sector, right? These particular households will be having relation with external sector. How? For example, someone from the family, he went outside, and maybe some other country, US or Canada, and he's earning there, and he will be sending some of his money or savings back to his home, right? So this is known as what? This is known as remittances. This is known as what? Remittances. So what we will be getting? We will be getting foreign remittances. We will be getting what? Foreign remittances from these particular countries. These particular countries from our family member, or family member, right? Or from our family member. Now similarly, people from foreign countries may be residing in India, right? May be residing in India and they are working here. Like these things can also happen. But what we are supplying, foreign remittances we are getting because of what? Because of manpower export. We are exporting what? Manpower. So export of manpower. We are exporting manpower here, and we are getting foreign remittances. Similarly here, firms may be exporting to these countries, right? So maybe firms are exporting to these countries. So when they are exporting, export, they will be earning for these exports, right? They will be earning for these exports. Firms will be earning. So receipt from export. When they are exporting goods and services to these to the foreign countries, they will be getting what? Receipts from exports. These receipts from exports are denoted by letter X. Similarly, the firms may be importing from these foreign countries. So import, maybe they are importing from these foreign countries. So import. And when we are importing something from foreign countries, we are doing payment for these imports, right? We are doing payment for these imports, and this is known as what? Payment for imports. Payment for imports, and it is denoted by letter M. It is denoted by letter M, right? So I hope you understood all these four diagrams here, and maybe it will help in understanding these circular flow of income. So what we did today is just we wanted to understand this circular flow of income, and here it is. We discussed about sector of the economy, and then we took only two sectors, household and firms, and then we introduced financial institution. Then we went for introducing government sector, and finally we made this particular diagram with external sector also. Now financial institution can have relation with external sector, now government can also have relation with external sector, right? But this is the major thing that we wanted to understand. I hope you understood this concept very well. If there is any doubt, you can reach out to our handles. I already told you this. We have a WhatsApp channel, Twitter account, Insta, and this Telegram channel as well. We have also given one number where you can drop your messages, right? So, and we will be uploading this PDF to this Telegram channel. So take care. Bye bye. See you in the next class.